It's Wrestling Rundown with Jay Santy.
Live from New York,
Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Wrestling Rundown on a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pop-up show. Fuck it, I'm off tonight, so why not? I'm gonna make sure that get this episode in. Just cover what we gotta cover. So fuck it, why not go live? Pay for this damn StreamYard shit, so I might as well use it. Okay, good. Now I can hear the audio on there, so it works. Good. All right. I have to make sure when I'm doing the shows live on StreamYard, because I tend to forget that in the settings, I have to change certain things around, because if not, I'll only get the mic on the USB on the camera. So I have to always make sure. So that's why sometimes you see me with my headphones on and I click it off and I'm like, oh, okay, there you go. We're working well. All right, guys. So as always on Wrestling Rundown, this is the new segment of the show. This is where we talk about what's happening in wrestling and such. So as always, I am the Norm McDonald of this segment, and you're listening to Wrestling Rundown Weekend Update on a Tuesday. So, kicking it off this week, we are inclined to say that No Way Jose had gotten to a bit of a pickle. Seems as though that our guy, the former WWE star, was given an opportunity to have a match on AEW Dark in Florida. Apparently, this resulted in him having to cancel a date in Canada that he had for another wrestling event. But in doing so, he used said ticket for the trip to Canada to go to AEW. That wasn't looked kindly to said promoter, but it looks as though that everything's been hashed out, and looks like No Way Jose has found a even ground with said promoter, and there's no beef. But could have been problematic there, couldn't it be?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Just in time as I sip my brew. So Road Dogg has been out of a gig for some time. Well, not too long, maybe a few months, during the last days of the old man in the building. So the apparently Road Dogg was on his podcast discussing how he was looking for a gig. He was going to do some spot or two with Impact, sit down with their creative and their producers and such. He even spoke about how he pitched to work with AEW, but apparently with said conversation, he failed to keep his inner voice inner and use his inner voice with his outer voice, in which he mentioned that AEW's production and creative is a shit show. Yeah, that's not gonna help you get a gig, right? But with that being said, Road Dogg has found a new place at WWE. Well, new position at WWE. See as though that he will be the executive vice president to live events. Wait a minute, where have I heard that from? Right, that was the position formerly held by Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett parted ways with WWE recently, and you know, I am still inclined to say that I don't think he's going to be gone for too long. I think this was just a shift due in part because, they're trying to give Stephanie and Nick Khan and Triple H their own sense of being. When the higher ups leave or when there's a merger happening and such, there tends to be a movement in which the new people coming in have to put their thumbprint on the product, on the company. So I think this is a move that they're doing there. I don't think Jeff is going to be gone for too long. You could quote me on that. I think that Jeff would actually be back and probably even a better role for him. So let's keep an eye out on that. Shall we?
Good Lord. 91. That's awesome.
Looks as though that the WWE draft may not occur as soon as people had thought it would happen. Reports have it that the WWE draft is being held off until possibly after WrestleMania. What? That makes a whole lot of sense. Who has been saying that for the longest time? Wrestling fans, myself, the crew at Turnbuckle Tabloid. We've been saying it for the longest. It makes a whole lot of sense. It's a refresh, and after every WrestleMania, and there should be a draft right after WrestleMania. Makes logical sense, right? So, looks as though that the fan base is getting what they want, and we'll see the draft after Mania. There's some good stuff happening in WWE, ladies and gentlemen. Shit.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
Matt is calling me right now, and I'm like, dude, I'm on the show. Did you not get the notification, Matt? Seems as though that there was some philandering going on behind the scenes with WWE and AEW. Seems as though that seems as though some AEW talent was contacted by some WWE higher ups, feeling around, fishing to see if, is your contract up? What is your availability? What kind of contract do you have? And AEW was all mad about that. Ooh. So apparently there was a executive initiative stating that they will be not tolerating this. So apparently there was a memo or not a memo, but a email sent to WWE and their higher ups on contract tampering. Now, I mentioned in the last episode where this is a common practice that's done in wrestling. It's been done for many, many years. In the territories, there's always been conversations between promoters and talent. It's never been a thing to where the disrespect or the bad business ethic, for the most part, had been, hey, if you could get out your contract, we'll bring you here. It's always been that, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like, hey, something opens up, we'd love to have you aboard. Common practice. Cornette has mentioned it when he was in Smoky Mountain. It's been talked about that Eric Watts used to do it as well. Dusty would even, throw a little suggestion here and there about that. So it's not uncommon that this occurs. But in this day and age, it's seen as though that we have a little bit more sensitive issues when it comes to that. I'm more inclined to say that if there's some transgressions that may be illegal or issues in which they may be a bit more, tampering will be the shit. Yeah, like, get the fuck out. But it's a common practice where even wrestlers will talk to their friends in another promotion and they'll find out what's going on with them, and they'll even say how long you got in your contract, what they're doing over there, and such, blah blah. And said wrestlers will go up to the higher ups and they say, hey, such and such contract is up in 4 months. You might want to keep an eye on them. So I don't think this is anything that's going to be going away anytime soon, and unless it's something really extreme in which they, basically fucking pillage a talent and break contracts and rules. I think that's where it could be a problem.
It's good to be Le Champion.
As I finish off one of my Corona lights, I am now inclined, using the word inclined again, I'm more inclined to drink light beers now because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a fat fuck, so I have to now start drinking light. Drinking like beer is like you're eating fat-free bacon. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's the same shit. You're gonna get the fucking carbs and such. Doesn't even matter. So apparently, sticking to the AEW format here, we're gonna stick to the plan. Apparently, AEW is having a bit of a tumultuous backstage dilemma. Looks as though that people don't like each other. No shit. It's gonna fucking happen everywhere you go. It's fucking called work. How many motherfuckers at my job I can't stand? Shit. It's just work. Go in there, get the job done, get the fuck out. We don't really need to be buddies. We just gotta work it out. Mook! What's going on, Mookers? So, shout out to the people who are watching on a Tuesday night. I just do pop-up shows, ladies and gentlemen. I just jump in and I just say, fuck it. I don't schedule this shit. I don't have plan. This is not a plan? You really think I have a plan here? I'm like a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do when I got it. So, apparently, Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston had heat. Thunder Rosa and Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker have heat. It's fucking work. Of course people are going to be upset. But it's funny because I shout out to M2 Inc., friend of the show. He even mentions, like, we all live now in a society where everybody's a little bit too fucking sensitive. And granted, you got to take it to a point to where it's like, listen, it's either you fucking chill the fuck out or I'm going to whip your ass or whatever. But, we got to make sure that the boss understands what's going on. So Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston, if you guys haven't been reading up, I know I'm always late to the party because of the way I record the show, but fuck it. I'm always the opinion guy anyway. So Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston got into a tiff because promos that were or whatever the case may be, and Sammy was not allowed. Eddie was not allowed to mention that Sammy Guevara's his ex-fiancée and such shit like that. So it got to a point where Sammy made a comment and Eddie gave him the New York shit, the New York City shit. He mushed him. He fucking take that shit, motherfucker. Like, fuck out of here. And he got hit apparently with a 2-week suspension. Of all the people to have beef with is bloody Eddie fucking Kingston. Yeah, Ben. Listen. He's lucky all he got was just mush, because all it was just, they call it, the pie face. Like, get the fuck out of here. And that's what you do, like, you do that to suckers. Like, dudes, they fight. They throw hands, or you mush somebody, it's like, you fucking pussy, get the fuck out of here. It's either one or two things. Either you mush them or you slap them. So that occurred, and then on the other side, on the female side, Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker haven't been getting along for a long time now. Jamie Hayter's involved now because apparently she's upset because Thunder Rosa worked stiff, broke her nose during a match, and it was so upsetting that Thunder Rosa had to hide apparently in the bathroom and such. And it's like, I just love all this stuff. I love hearing all this shit. It's just fucking hilarious. And not because of it being AEW, because this is going to happen everywhere. It's going to happen anywhere. But it's also inclined to the fact, again, I'm using the word inclined. I got to stop doing that. It's also for the fact that this is what happens when the lunatics are running the asylum and the lunatic himself, the head lunatic, is allowing this to happen. It's going to build up to what the main event is, pretty much, so of the segment. So, for me, I love all the drama. These motherfuckers are sitting on this show shooting on each other all day and night, and I'm just sitting here with the popcorn waiting for the next fucking scene to happen. Woohoo!
Do you understand me, heifer?
Happy birthday to Vince. Seems as though that Vince, celebrating his 77th birthday, the old man was out there shaking his ass. And, superstars like Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and the likes were out celebrating the old man's birthday. 77 years old. And about, a little over 50 years of that shit was sitting around, fucking around with WWE and their bullshit. The old man steps down and the fucking ratings go up on a shitload since he leaves. You should have fucking celebrated your 70th birthday without WWE a long time ago.
Your face looks like my nuts, except you got a hairier bush.
Sorry to say, people, but WWE is not going TV 14. Seems as though that the rumors that were occurring in July stating that WWE will be going TV 14 were just a suggestion, never anything really legit. Bischoff tweeted about Tony Khan saying he didn't want to be the next WCW, yet they're doing the same thing that WCW did for the guy who made an appearance in AEW to play. Yeah, true. Yeah, it is true. It's going that way. If they continue the path they're going, it's going the way where after a while this is what happens when you let the talent fucking call their own shots. We're such a fancy free promotion that we just let everybody do what they want. Fucking a-holes. So, yeah. So apparently the TV 14 format is not going to happen. This was just an idea that was floated around, but it's going to stay. It's pretty much going to stay in the realm of the PG, which is, I don't see as a problem because you still got to cater to a certain audience, and that audience is the kids. And that's who's been making the money recently. So I don't see a problem. I believe AEW still runs on a PG format. And it's I don't see any difference happening head to tail, so it's fine. It's fine for me.
You ain't even half a dog. You just a little piece of shih tzu.
Speaking of PG-14 or TV-14 PG, whatever, there's some conflicting reports saying that the Warner Media Discovery has mentioned to AEW to tone it down with the language. There are some reports that's saying that the language has, although they are happy with the fact that the show has been garnering the ratings that they're getting, I guess, but it seems as though that they want them to tone down the language. Other reports are saying that this hasn't occurred, that this is just speculative and people stirring the pot. But for me, listen, I'm the last person to say somebody needs to stop fucking cussing. I'm all about the shits, but sometimes I've been saying it for the longest about this show. People are just using curse words just cause. Like, it's just, there's no rhyme or reason for it. They've just been saying it because they just feel free that they can say it. And it's obnoxious. Granted, I would like grown folk to speak like grown folk, but also know how to curtail it. There's other words that you can use. Relax. Give yourself a quota. Shit, you gotta limit to the profanity, ladies and gentlemen. Turn it down a notch. Turn it down a notch.
Feel like I'm watching one of my movies because this whole damn thing sucks.
Looks like Stu Bennett has re-signed with WWE, formerly known as Wade Barrett. Is he known as Wade Barrett at NXT? I haven't watched NXT in so long. It's is he Wade Barrett? Seems as though that Wade Barrett is signed to be with the company for another 2 years, and that's a good thing. He's spoken recently in an interview where he said that he's looking forward to being with the company and maybe possibilities of, wrestling again. He says he's in good shape and he is looking forward to possibly maybe jumping in the ring once or twice. So we'll see. I was always a big fan of Wade Barrett, especially Bad News Barrett. That was I was upset that they really didn't do much with that gimmick, but yeah, let's see if Stu Bennett, Wade Barrett, makes his way back to the wrestling ring.
I am the best in the world at what I do.
Is Triple H changing titles? Reports are having that another implication that, you got to put your thumbprint on the company now. Other implication is that Triple H is going to make some design changes on their titles. Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, we need to do that. We do. Although, I understood the WWE title, the championship title and the universal title. I understood that because they really wanted to have the big W in the front because it says, look, it's the WWE title. It's huge. This is a big company. Yay. I understood that, but I always said that with that belt, it's like, nothing screams championship until you see gold. And that's what you want to see is gold. I think that it's time. Although I kind of like the IC title when they first debut. Yeah, I think we could change that. That can go. We could do away with that. Yeah, we could do away with the tag titles too. Yeah, we could do away with it. You know what? Change them fucking all. Change them all. Fuck it. Change all of them shits. Although I do like the U.S. title, but fuck it. Change them all. Let's go crazy. Let's go bananas. Let's get wacky. Congratulations to WWE this past week for selling out Survivor Series. The general admission ticket sales has been sold out. When the fuck was the last time they could say that about a Survivor Series? I'll wait. Shit, that thing was sold out like instantly. This goes to show you, look, all you need is one fucking move, and the fan base will they'll turn. They will turn. By the way, Ben, are you going to the pay-per-view this weekend? I just think that just because he's in England that you go everywhere. Like it's like if he would have asked me, "Hey, you going to Survivor Series?" just because it's in the United States. I would just ask stupid shit like that. Yeah, bring back the big gold belt. Fuck yeah. I love the big gold belt. That's just a title. That's just a champion. So apparently Survivor Series sold out. It's probably the least of the four that people give a fuck about, but I think there's some indication that this might be actually pretty good. Other than that, Yeah, it's a long trip for him, and it's not in England. It's in Wales. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's not. You see, that goes to ignorance. I'm just like, I think everything is just fucking England. Ireland is England. I don't know what the fuck. It's like England. British people would probably think like Canada is America. I think it's all tied together. Fuck, I know. That goes to prove my ignorance. But yeah, I was shocked that Survivor Series sold out the way that they did, because, like I said, it's not one of the biggest of the 4 pay-per-views.
18,000 people calling you an asshole.
FTR is not going to be in the AEW game. Interesting, because Adam Cole is in it. By the way, any of you guys going to get the AEW game? I might get it. I'm looking more into it. Apparently it won Game Scores, bigger, whatever the fuck, GameCon's fucking big award this past week. They must have had a shit lineup of games over there. Not to say that AEW's Fight Forever game is going to be bad or it looks bad, but for that to win the game of it's like, really? Their rollout is going to have 50 wrestlers, and apparently in those 50 wrestlers, FTR is not going to be in it. Another way of shitting on this tag team. Look, I know everybody's sitting there talking like, well, AEW, FTR, they got all these belts. What more they fucking need? Well, what they really wanted was to have that big match with the Young Bucks. Fuck it, put all the belts on the line. That would be interesting. But except we're invested in the trios fucking matches and for All Out. Welcome back, Kenny. But this is another indication that seems as though that there is some backstage politicking about FTR. And for them not to be in the game, but like I said, Adam Cole is in it. Interesting. Very interesting. Rumors have said that there's possibilities of there being a DLC pack, and they might be involved in it. But it's also like, after the fact? Right. Sure, guys.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
So, Kevin Nash recently commented on a post about Will Ospreay. It was said that Will Ospreay had, 4 5-star matches in a month. And everybody lost their shit. It's like, you do know that only one fucking person votes on these matches. Everybody, once again, really follows the lead of Dickhead Dave. Because I'm not calling him Uncle Dave. Fuck you. And I've been, and once again, I go on these rants and I go on these tangents for the longest time, but I've been that one guy for the longest time, and the boss Rich could tell you, for the longest, I've always fucking said that Meltzer's a fucking mark, because all he does is suck on the teat of people that he wants them to put him over, because he's relevant. To me, he's just irrelevant. He's just become part of. He's like Vince. He's just been a part of the stigma, part of the environment. But in any case, please, I can go on a fucking half-hour rant about that shit. But apparently, he's gotten 4 5-star matches in a month. Fucking Kevin Nash posts. He comments on it. How's his merch sales? And of course, Ospreay has to come back with a fucking dumb comment reply, which is you had to be the cliche shit. Is oh, did you tear a quad writing this tweet? Hold on. Gotta love the Super Shredder and the Punisher. Let me tell you. Oh, and the Russian. Yeah, the Russian from the Punisher. By the way, listen to his podcast. It's actually really good. I enjoy it. I fucking love his podcast. But it's true though. I go with the terminology about, you know, when people say that they're doing this, they're doing that, they have so much going on and such, and it's not doing shit. I go, yeah, that and a Metro card will just take you around the city. What the fuck else are you doing? What else is doing for you? What the fuck is 5-star matches doing for you? Like he says, your merch sales going up. Yeah, you're getting booked everywhere. Right, but is it equating to money? Because all I hear Ospreay do on social media is bitch about promoters, bitch about other fucking wrestlers, bitch about the fans. All I hear him do is bitch. I never hear him fucking really equate any of his 5-star matches to anything. And don't get me wrong, I'm an Ospreay fan. I'm with the shits. You could tone down the fucking acrobatic shit a little bit, just wrestle sometimes, but. And I'm not even going to sit here and not say that I was one that didn't enjoy the Ricochet Ospreay match from a few years ago. I did. It was like watching fucking Cirque du Soleil. I enjoyed it. Was it wrestling? I guess. Was a wrestling match that I would usually be into? Not really. But it was like a circus. But in any case, Ospreay is, you know, I didn't see anything wrong with what the fuck what Nash has said. I actually thought he had a
point, and fuck your points.
Vince Russo claims that he was working as a liaison, as correspondent with the USA Network. So you're to blame for why fucking the WWE Raw show has been shit for all those years. He said he'd been working with USA Network for 2 years behind the scenes under the guise of don't ask, don't tell. And it was as recent of WrestleMania in which he was part of the company. This year's WrestleMania. Sources within USA Network and WWE say they have no history of him being part of either part of the companies, the USA or WWE. Shocking. Look, bro, you know, I was behind the scenes working the USA Network. Yeah, you're the one that bashed Raw all the fucking time on your show every week, but yet you're supposed to be the one who was working wink, wink, elbow with the company. And if this is true, like I said, then we could all blame you for the shit show that was fucking Raw for the past 2 years. Yeah, well, you helped to facilitate it to be shit.
I have to announce to you that I will never retire.
Seems as though the Velveteen Dream has gotten himself into some hot water. The young man was arrested this past week twice, apparently on 2 occasions, once for trespassing and one for drug paraphernalia. Just recently, he posted on social media that he was looking to make a resounding comeback, and he had a story to tell about what was happening with him. But apparently, he's gotten himself into some trouble, some hot water, as you may. Hopefully the kid gets help and something happens. But you know, once you get into like certain situations, especially what the allegations that he had, how the fuck do you bounce back from that? I don't know, guy. It's gonna be a rough one. And closing out wrestling rundown, we have the main event. The main event this week is the AEW locker room. Had a meeting with the executives and the higher-ups this past week discussing what's going on and what's happening and what they need to do. Seems as though that Kenny Omega was one of the lead guys in the locker room, stating that we need to push forward and stop with the nonsense and come together and become a crew. Even though CM Punk hates Hangman Page and there isn't really much to say about the MJF stuff, and like we mentioned, the Sammy Guevara, Eddie Kingston stuff, and Thunder Rosa and Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker hate each other, and FTR and the Young Bucks don't seem to be getting along, seeing eye to eye about their angles, and so forth and so forth. Like I said, guys, when you get a Mark who has this idea, and it was great. Listen, for the most part, it was fucking great that a new promotion happened. And people will go, well, you always fucking bashing AEW. I'm really not. They just make it easy for me to bash them when they do stupid shit. And it's not like I'm a WWE fanboy either, because I fucking bashed them too. I would watch, when years ago, I would watch Impact and watch WWE and watch Ring of Honor and such. And if I would have had a podcast back then, I would have probably been bashing their shit too. Aces and eights, oof. But in this sense, it's more along lines where you gave your people too much freedom. You let them run amok and do too much, and you're not clearing their promos. They're shooting on the mic, and you're giving yourself too much work to do. You're dealing with both shows. You're dealing both network shows. You're dealing with Dark Elevation, AEW Link to the Past, AEW Wind Waker, whatever the fuck it is whatever shows you got going on over there, and you're not giving any responsibility. Even with the executives that you put up there now, none of them says that they're having control of producing or booking. All of it is talent relations. You gotta start tightening the noose over there. You gotta start, letting these guys know you can't be running amok. You're gonna fuck up a good thing here. And it's been shown. You're seeing it on the show. A lot of programs are looking lackluster, without any pizzazz. Hell, I know a lot of guys are like, wow, the AEW, the All Out pay-per-view looks stacked. To me, I'm like, is it though? You're leading into the fucking main event with a match that you just had on Dynamite, and you're just gonna fucking you're just gonna have a shit show, but just put another coat of paint on it. And I mean, there's matches that are happening there that you're like, honestly, I could have seen that on Dynamite. But what do I know? I'm just an opinionated podcaster who fucking sits in his makeshift studio with collectibles and fake belts around him. But in any case, guys, when we come back, we've got much to talk about in Around the Square Circle, and much, much more. For you guys who've been watching on the live stream and commenting, thank you guys. Make sure you download the rest of the episode, subscribe, be a part of the vibe, and check you guys in a sec. Thank you guys on Facebook. Laters.